CBS News Miami is committed to covering Cuba. The island nation is reaching its 13th consecutive day of protests. Late last night and early this morning, residents of several neighborhoods took their frustrations to the streets in the capital. Closer to home, an organization that campaigns against U.S. sanctions to Cuba is sending aid to Havana, but not everyone supports the move. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is your reporter live in Southwest Miami-Dade. And Yvonne, a bill that relates to Cuba could soon land on Governor Ron DeSantis' desk.
Naja, we're talking about a bill that will make things easier for Cuban Americans and in general anybody who lives in South Florida who wants to invest or do business in the island. But there is one requisite that they have to comply with. Now, all this is happening as social unrest continues in the country's capital. It was more than a night of pots and pans protests in this neighborhood of Havana. This time people lit bonfires to block a main street in the capital. According to Cuba, a non-profit organization that promotes human rights, close to 160 protests have been held since March 6.
People are suffering.
At Miami International Airport, Code Pink, a grassroots organization, said they were taking humanitarian aid to Cuba on Friday.
People in the United States don't agree with the policy.
Medea Benjamin is the co-founder of the organization. She told CBS News Miami they're taking over $400,000 in food and medicine.
That we're not opposing them to take food to the Cuban people. We're questioning the fact that they're going to want to deliver the goods to the regime.
The hospitals are run by the Cuban government, and so it's important to keep those hospitals functioning.
Ramon Saul Sanchez, leader of the Cuban exile group Democracy Movement, is not only referring to Code Pink, but to a convoy that has been named Nuestra América, leaving from Mexico, expected to arrive in Cuba on Saturday.
Que traigan petróleo hacia Cuba.
Tiago Avila said because of Cuba's crisis and lack of oil, the flotilla intends to deliver more than 30 tons of food, medicine and solar-powered equipment to the island.
And the regime takes those goods that the Mexican people are sending with all their heart to the Cuban people, and they sell it to the very victims that they are supposed to be helped.
In Tallahassee, state legislator Juan Carlos Porras, who comes from a family of Cuban exiles, supports a bill that will allow people in South Florida to invest and do business in Cuba without violating any state law.
That provision will only be used if there is new leadership. If the communist regime falls in Cuba, that's when the governor will have the ability to make that executive order and make sure that that trade is open.
And tomorrow, Saturday at 11 a.m., Cuban activists will gather at the Miami River to ask the Trump administration to allow them to visit Cuba, something that has not happened in decades, especially those who have raised their voice against the regime. We're live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Yvonne Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
Yvonne, thank you. And stay with CBS News Miami for every development on this story. For the very latest, check out the Cuba in Crisis section. It's on the front page of CBSMiami.com.